upcoming week. Everybody knows that we got FOMC and we got CPI the same day. So of it's a lot going on. So just upcoming week. Everybody knows that we got FOMC. All right, great. Sec. So I'm gonna hop right into things and get right into it. So yeah, man. Just to start off, again, this is how we finished on Friday as far as call options flow. We had Tesla with the top options flow on the call side, followed by Nvidia, Crowd, ARM, and AMD. So somebody knew something. Well, we already, like I told y'all before, already had an idea that that Crowd was likely to be added to the S&P 500, but it wasn't a confirmation. It wasn't sure. On the put side for Friday, on the top options flow went into Meta, GME, TSM, Amazon, and NEM. For the week, the top call options flow was in Microsoft, TSM, Adobe, ARM, and CRM. On the put side, NVIDIA, Coin, Target, J&J, and EEM. All right. Sector-wise, sector performance. So it looked like so technicals finished technology, financials, industrials, healthcare all finished green, while industrials, so utilities, materials, and our real estate was on the flip side, on the put side, on the bear side on Friday. Now this is how it finished the Friday before, with tech barely red, but it wasn't green, and our energy was leading the charge. So that's how we finished. Let's kind of go on. All right. So let me see what's going on here. So last week, I mean, does anybody have any recap or any lessons learned or anything they want to talk about for the week that just passed?
Yeah, from that strangle that we played was that pawn. Starting route to home.
Hold on one second. I see a few people unmuted. Let's see. Who is that? L Wayne, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I was just going to say that you were absolutely right about CrowdStrike. My foot got clapped.
Oh yeah. So yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. So
I
but
started
yeah.
to exit the trade just before, and I remember what you said, and you were absolutely right. And the flow started to go the other way, so I held on, and I should have exited exactly like you said.
No, that's good. That's good. I mean, that you were able to identify that and to go through that. So yeah, no, that's good. That's good. That's I mean, well, it's not good, but it's good that you were able to identify what went wrong and to, that just better prepares you for the next time. So that's good. That's good. Let me
And
see.
the pawn, I had played pawn wrong, and I got clapped on the put side.
You mean P8 Palo Alto, PANW?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
PANW.
Okay. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, so what was the lesson that you learned then? I mean, what happened?
You said it was going dump at the beginning, and I didn't. I honestly, I forgot all about it. I forgot what you said.
Oh, no,
So
it's
I
okay.
cut. Yeah, I cut. I forgot that you said that. So I cut it while I was down, and then it actually went in the money.
Yeah. So no, that's interesting. No, that's good because again, it's difficult when you. So the thing is, let's say this, right? That's why I always tell people not to really get more than three trades at one time because it's hard to keep track of everything that's going on if you are not, it's hard to do that. But yeah, and I mean, but when the market opened, was a CrowdStrike had just had earnings, so it's a lot going on when the market first opened. So I guess that could have had a lot to do with it. But yeah, no, I felt like it was going to dump initially at market open and then rebound, and that's exactly what happened. So that was good. I mean, but look, this is what this is for, for us to kind of review or revisit what happened and get prepared for the next time. Anybody else?
Yeah, the strangle was good for me too. I ate on both sides. Um I had rolled my put to Monday. So it was up substantially in the morning, and I sold that and then made money on the way up. So yeah, that's what's up.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Someone else, I think it was Victory, had her hand up.
Yeah, it was me, Coach. Hey, team. Just the same old take profit, like you said, Coach. And when you're going into strength, take profit. Don't wait. You can always get back in, but you can't always take profit. So just need to keep that on rewind and take it.
Yeah. And plus, I always say, like in the options trade in Bible, what I always, one of the main things is, if you only drive as fast as you can see, as far as you can see. So if I know I can't see that next target, like I literally can't see it, then I should be taking that profit. If you're holding and hoping. And I mean, and if we're on Zoom together and, it doesn't take but a second to unmute and ask me a question about where I think it's going. If I'm on there, because I just think it's a good idea just to kind of be, um, just to kind of be on point with it. Because again, if just accept where you are as a trader and be willing to be coachable and just lock in on the where, what's to come, because again, just but taking that profit, you can always get back in. But a lot of times, and again, I'm only saying this because I coach a lot of people, and one of the things that a lot of people run into when they don't take profit, I'm like, well, where did you think it was going? Where was it going next on your chart, and what time frame were you monitoring? Like, what was the situation with that particular trade for yourself? So it's like, and then if you don't have the answers to those questions, like, let me go ahead and take this profit now, so that way you make sure that you actually able to secure it. That's important. So that's good. That's good to know. But let me see. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get right into the charts. If one sec, hold on. Just gonna hop in right into things. So I'm going to start, since we talked about crowd, I'm going to just start off with crowd. Crowd got added to the S&P 500 on Friday after the close, and it ran like a bat out of hell. So I'm expecting a gap up on crowd this upcoming week. Well, so we should be getting some sort of gap up on crowd. I'm going to go ahead and switch this screen. Yeah. So yeah, we closed at 349.92. In the after hours, I saw it all the way up at 375, but it pulled back some. And so I'm looking for a gap up. So I'm gonna just say, if we can get over if we can hold over that 358, we should be able to take out that 365 and then go a little higher. But it all depends on what's going on. I mean, that move could, we just got to see what happens with it, because so this chart is, I'm not going to say this chart is obsolete, because I feel like it's at all-time highs. Again, it's already taken out the all-time highs in the after hours on Friday. So we just have to keep it on watch and see where price settles and where it opens, and we'll trade it according to that. But yeah, keep it on watch, because it has taken a big move already. So 1 second. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna go in order. So I'm gonna hit Tesla. Go ahead and hit Tesla now. Put that here. So, as a matter of fact, I'm just going to hit it this way, so it can be easier to see what's going on. All right. So we got Tesla here. So look, Tesla has been crazy, man. We talked about this last Sunday, how it's been in this consolidation for a while, right? So, obviously we wait in the decision. They got this on Thursday night. Thursday night, there's a big vote, and it's unclear if the votes are gonna are they if they're voting for compensation for Elon. So Elon wants that payout. So if they vote for him to get the payout, then the stock should run. I mean, I don't know how it's going to perform based off of that. I just know that Elon, he's gonna yeah, I just feel like it's going to be, they need to give him the money pretty much, or he's probably going to try to leave or something like that. But we finished inside on Friday, and you see how price is just in this funnel right here, right? This wedge. So it's should be a big move when it breaks out. The longer the consolidation, the bigger the move. So pretty much we can trade Tesla if you want this week, but I feel like it's probably going to stay in this range. It's going to stay in this range until that vote. Now, but we do got some we got some economic data that's coming out on Wednesday, and we got a Fed decision. So a lot of things can cause the stock to move, but I think everybody is really waiting on that vote for Tesla. So you see it's just been stuck in this range for a while. So let's just see what happens. Personally, I'm not trading Tesla unless it breaks out of this range here. So let's wait for a Tesla to break out of this range. And hopefully it's to the upside. I would love to see Tesla break out and make that move again. So let's just see what happens with that. But again, just watch this range here. So I'm just going to say over 80, 183.50. That's where I would trade it at. I wouldn't trade it in this range, but I mean, this is a wedge. So we see if we get a breakout and we go from there. But so that's Tesla. Let me show you how the weekly chart on it too. Same thing. You see, it's just a better view of what's been going on. So let's keep Tesla on watch. A lot of flow went to Microsoft. So let's hit that one up. See what's going on with that. Yeah, so Microsoft, this is the daily chart. Microsoft closed, hold on one second. So we finished with a bearish engulfing right here, but just look at the way price moved on the chart though. I feel like if Microsoft is trying to work its way back up through that gap again and get back up here to 430, that's what I'm feeling. So what we'll do it is like this, over 426.30, then 430.95 is the next price target. If we lose, now see, I ain't gonna play no games with Microsoft. I don't like playing games with Microsoft. If we lose, I guess you can play two levels on here. If we lose that 423, 420.29 is the next level, and then you got the 416.32 at the 50-day EMA. So just keep that on watch. Let's see what Microsoft does on this. Take a look at the weekly for a second. Yeah, chart looks good. So like I said, when you zoom out, when in doubt, zoom out, because the daily was a little iffy just on how it finished, right? But you look at the weekly, it still finished inside though, so it's neutralizing weak. But yeah, keep Microsoft on watch also. Let me see what's next. But hold on, I'm gonna actually hit a few other things first. I didn't hit. I'm gonna hit this economic data really quickly. So we don't really have many Fed speakers this week, but we do have Williams speaking on Thursday. We have Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, she's speaking on Thursday, and then we got Goolsbee speaking on Friday. But the big event that everybody's waiting for is that CPI report on Wednesday, pre-market, and then we got that big Fed decision on Wednesday at 2 p.m. But look, check this out. This is why this is more important. You know, this is the quarterly that we're going into. So they're going to give we're going to get the dot plot. So they're going to give their forecast on how they feel inflation is going to be for the next quarter, right? They're going to give that view. So that can be really market moving. So let's just see how that plays out. We got PPI on Thursday. So, you know, we can see how this all play out. Jobless claims on Thursday, and then we got consumer sentiment on Friday. So this is the economic data. And like I tell you all the time, the reason this is important, people say, why you go over this stuff? It's like if you going to the beach, you want to know if it's going to rain or if it's going to be a tornado or something like that. So we want to look at the weather and see what's happening. So this is, if you trading or you buying some stocks or whatever, and you don't know about this CPI print on Wednesday morning pre-market or about this Fed decision that's happening at 2 o'clock and that press conference at 2:30, you just going to get spent all around every which way in the market and not know what's going on. So the market's it's going to create a dynamic move in the market, and you need to know what's going on. So that's why this is important. And we've been waiting for this. So yeah, very important information, very important situation. So yeah, keep that on watch. So now let me jump back into these charts. So I feel like the thing what I feel most though is that if you don't consider, hold on, because we got some other things that are, because just because we talk about those economic events, like actual events that don't involve specific stocks, but we got actual events this week that involve specific stocks that are some of the biggest stocks in the S&P 500 that are going to cause the market to move as well, like the Apple event on Wednesday. So the Apple, I'm sorry, on Monday, tomorrow. So Apple has an event tomorrow. Now, normally what happens with these events, I call them sell the news events. So the hype happens before the event, and then during the event, the stock normally sells off and causes the market to sell off. But Apple isn't the biggest stock on the planet anymore. Microsoft is, but it's followed by Nvidia. Apple is number 3 now. So, and I'm not saying that it still won't cause the market to sell off, but the thing is, this event is a little different. The event is at 1 p.m. Eastern, and they're going to talk a lot about AI this time. Their AI story going to be mentioned, and Apple's been kind of really secretive about their AI story. So that can cause the market to move. Either way, I'm not playing the event. I don't play those events. I'll play the stock movement heading into the event, or if it decides to dump during the event, we can probably play that. But you see how the stock is right now. Apple finished with a 222 reversal, and the all-time high for Apple is 199.62. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for that all-time high. But like I said, this stock normally runs up into an event and then it dumps and the whole market sells off. So we're gonna I'll try to listen to the event and see exactly what's going on. But it starts at 1 o'clock. Yeah, I'll have a one-on-one and ending when the event is starting. So I'll be able to check it out. Another stock that we're going to hit right now. But yeah, so just really quickly on Apple. Yeah, just you could trade it this week, but just be careful with it with this event that's coming up. So I would say calls over one, I'm gonna say calls over 197, and the target would be 190. Let me give y'all 2 targets on here because Apple, you got to be careful when you trade in Apple. So let's say we get over that 197. I'm looking for what's it, 198, 198.36, and then the all-time high. So just keep that on watch. I mean, and if it, for some reason Apple sells off, if under 194, we're looking for 193.66. Because if you look here, right, it's been bouncing off this hold on. It's been bouncing off this 9 EMA for the last 2 weeks. So it got a little strength there. So it'll probably likely come back down and retest this area unless it gets serious. If it gets serious, then we can come back down here. Hold on. I got another. We got a gap up in here, a little small gap that'll probably get filled on the way down if it does. So on its way down to 190, 191.72. So just keep that on watch if Apple was to sell off. Because again, we don't know what's going to happen with these events, man. And they sometimes they cause the market to sell off. So just want to be on point with it. All right. So Eli Lilly, they have a meeting, or they have a decision that's happening this Monday about whether or not they're going to approve whether or not their Alzheimer's drug is going to be approved. The stock kind of ran up into that already, but and it's already in the all-time high. Now, if it does get approved, the stock should go a lot higher, right? So let's just keep an eye on that. If it doesn't get approved, then it's probably going to sell off. But we'll just see how this plays out. It looked like based on everything that I was reading, it's a big strong, like a 90%, 80% chance that it does get approved. So let's just see how that goes. And so that's Eli Lilly right there. Amazon took off on Friday. Well, it took off last week after, because we were holding this breakout already on the daily chart. I like a wedge breakout, and we got a continuation, bounced off the 9 EMA and closed above another key level here, one of my levels, and then it ran, but the stock finished. It sold those gains off, and but it still finished up here in a cool area. So I'm gonna say over 196, 186.30, we should be able to get into to go up to a 188.51. That would be my target. If we were to lose 183.36, then look for a move down to 181.93 and then 180.78. So keep Amazon on watch. TSM. See, man, look, a lot of these stocks, like I said, they've been hitting all-time highs, but this one is, but you got to look at the strength on it, though. I'm just looking at the strength. Now, you know that NVIDIA got that stock split that actually goes into, it actually opens tomorrow, right? But we're going to talk about that in a second, but this is important. It's related to this because TSM, Taiwan Semiconductor, is a semiconductor, a chip stock, and NVIDIA is a chip stock also. So, and I'm not sure how it's going to run into this week because Broadcom reports this week. That's the biggest semiconductor stock. So, as far as price, that Broadcom, so that can cause the market or this entire sector to move in one direction or another. So again, just keep this on watch, keep TSM on watch. Just had to bring it up because if you look over the last week, we got a few gap ups, a few gap downs. You see how spotty the price can be on different days, but it's been a lot going on with NVIDIA. So that played a big part in how the price has been moving on here. But just keep it on watch because again, I just don't really like playing stocks in all-time highs, but I just wanted to kind of bring this one up because it's been secretly and quietly just moving along and nobody's really been paying any attention to it. So I just wanted to bring it up and put it on the radar of everyone. Now, speaking of semiconductors, let's go to NVIDIA. Now, look, so tomorrow, the stock should probably open around, where did it close? Hold up. It closed at 1180. Hold on. It closed finished at 1200, right? So it finished at a little over 1200. So the stock should probably open around 120. It's doing a 10-to-1 split. So it'll probably be like $120. And these charts aren't going to work probably tomorrow. A lot of these charts aren't going to be correct. They're going to be broken and it's going to be hard to sew up, So just be ready for a lot of the not sure if all of the brokers going to be like that, but a lot of times when a stock split like this, the charts are not functional properly for a while and they have to kind of recalibrate and then the chart will be a little better. So I don't really have much to say about NVIDIA because again, the stock price and everything is going to be totally different on Monday. I just wanted to bring it to your attention so everyone to know. And if you swung any options, I feel sorry for you if you swung any. Well, I'm just going to say if you swung options, I feel sorry. I do feel sorry because a lot of what happens is they're going to split into 10 also. So if you had like a strike that was like, and you got next week's expiry, you got a strike that was all the way up here. And basically they're going to split that into 10. So if you had I don't know, it's going to be a fraction of what you think the strike you thought you were going to have. You're going to be much, much farther out of the money than you thought. And if you only got that 1 week, it's just not going to look right. That's why I told everybody if you were in NVIDIA calls or anything, not to swing over the weekend. So, or not to swing because of the split. So just keep it on watch and we'll figure out what NVIDIA does. See, a lot of these stocks typically sell off after the split, but we will see what happens and go from there. ARM, since we're talking about semiconductor stocks, let's go into this one. All right, so ARM, this one is an interesting chart. I like the fact that it pulled back nicely. So, yeah, so let's get over back. We can get back over that 140.97, then we can go into that 145. If we lose 135.31, then we can possibly retest that 128.62. So let's just keep this one on watch again. It's it's gonna be a lot of action in these semiconductor stocks this week. So go here. So QQQ, QQQ just is an ETF that tracks the NASDAQ. That's the that contains the technology stocks and some financial stocks. Now, it took out hit all-time highs on Friday. It hit all-time highs on Thursday. We got a reversal here, but still held up pretty well, right? Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because I like QQQ for a Fed decision. It's good to I like trading QQQ when we get when there's a big economic event like that because it's easier to track and a nice smooth move and those contracts give you a nice move on it. So we're gonna keep this on watch for the Fed decision. Now, look, now, like I said, I'm not sure what's going to happen tomorrow with Nvidia, but again, that stock is splitting, and it's like the second biggest stock in the S&P 500. So if it comes down, we need to watch QQQ. So if QQQ takes out the 460, 184, then we could likely make a nice move all the way down to 458. So let's just keep that on watch for that move that we could possibly get off of this. And then there's a gap. It can get a little ugly if it was to make a move down, because again, the market's been running up in all-time highs, but I like the whole setup heading into this Fed decision. So, and we don't know what's going to happen. So we got some catalysts to make the move. I like the fact that the market did run up just in case we get a pullback. And I think the dot plot is probably going to be hawkish. So we will see. Because remember, look, the dot plot, it has a lot of the other the FOMC members in there, and Mester, she's retiring this month. So I'm not sure what she's going to say or what we're going to get from these. I don't know what's going to be in there. So it's not just going to be what Powell thinks and the dot plot. It's going to be other FOMC, other Fed members, Fed presidents that are going to be voting, and that's going to give their forecast. So we're just going to see what happens. Again, the market could pull back, or we can continue to go higher, but we will see how things play out and go from there. It has a lot of room where we can actually move. Look at this. I'm gonna go to the weekly so you can see how crazy it's been, how big of a move the market has made up. And you see, look, so this is a weekly chart. So each candle represents 1 week of price action. And we've been riding this 9 EMA up, but you see we got that nice pullback right here with that bearish engulfing. But then the market gapped up the next week, right? So we have to see exactly what happens here. But the market has been going up, and this is crazy. And I just feel like it'd be nice. I welcome a nice pullback at this point. Let's see what happens. And we got a lot of room for us to pull back to if we were to get that. But again, we're going to follow the price action. I'm not trying to predict anything until we see exactly what the market does. And we will, but it's something we definitely should be watching. Yeah, let me go over to hit Meta. So yeah, man, we got Meta. So Meta gave us a nice move this week, really nice move. And yeah, that was a crazy gap up here on Meta that we got. So what I'm basically all I got to say about Meta at this point is I'm gonna give y'all a few things, but number one, Meta needs to clear 500 and hold over 500. Then we can make a nice move into 505, and then 510 would be my target, my second target. But 505.62 would be my first target. Then we go into 510. We'll go there. Now, we finished. It was what's that, a 222 reversal right there, but we closed back up here in this zone, well, right here just under the zone, and a lot of bear flow went into Meta on Friday. But I would have to dissect that flow and see exactly where it is and what's going on before I use that to judge anything. But yeah, so pretty much if it loses that 490, then we got a nice move down we can make pretty much all the way down here to where this gap fill is. Let me move this out of the way. So you see we got a gap here that we just come on. So we got a gap there on Meta that that could likely get filled. I mean, I'm not going to say what I doubt. I don't think that it's going to happen because we could get a bounce off of here also. Meta is known for bouncing off the top of those gap fill areas if we were to even come down there. So that's a nice move if we were to lose that area though. So we're going to keep that on watch. But like I said, I could easily say calls over 499, but nah, you should play calls over 500 if we get a hold over 500. That would be the best way to play Meta if you want the upside on it because it already made a big move. So, let's play it that way. Over 500, we can get to 505 and 510 and so on. And Meta likes to make big moves during a Fed FOMC situation. So let's just keep keep it on watch. And here's the weekly chart on Meta just to give y'all a better idea of what's really going on right here. We got that breakout. We held the breakout, and the stock is already on a move. But we need to get over that 500, hold over that 500, and then we can get a nice move. We got a lot of levels we can hit on Meta, but let's just see one traffic light at a time. 500, hold, clear and hold 500, and then 505 and 510. So yeah, that's what I have for Meta. Palo Alto. Really nice chart here on Palo Alto. I really like this chart a lot. Stock is on sale. And hold on. Nice surge on Friday. So you see when certain things were selling off, we still had you had some stocks that were being bought, right? So Palo Alto over 303. We got a gap fill area here. We got a few gaps here, but that's not necessarily what I'm looking at. But I'm gonna mark them up anyway. Sometimes they cause price to mark them up anyway. Yeah, so Palo Alto, nice stock. Again, you see the momentum starting to, some momentum is starting to shift a little bit, but we still need more. The volume is still relatively low, but I like the move. I like the close. I like that it closed with most of its gains. So yeah, over 303, then 305.74 would be the first target. And from there, we got so we got 305 and what did I say 305? Yeah, 305.74. And then we got what is that? 308. And then we got 312.54. So just trying to make sure I account for those gap areas before we get up here because sometimes price acts a little weird around the gap. So let's just see what happens there. We still got the 9 EMA holding over the 50. I thought it was going to break through, but it shifted the other way. So let's keep this on watch again. You see we got that breakout and it's still holding that breakout. It did not fully break down. So yeah, this is a good one, a really good one, and it'll give you a nice move. Now, if we were to lose 295, then we could retest at 293.50 and then so forth. Because that would take us back under the 9 and 50 EMA, and we could possibly make a move down further. But I think it would probably bounce around this area if it did. But there is hold on, just because here. So it's up in this area somewhere if it was to come down. So let's just keep it on watch. Because again, if after making that recovery that it did after earnings, if it was to lose this area, I think it's going all the way down to the 200 EMA. But I'm putting somewhere where it could possibly bounce in between there. So again, keep Palo Alto on watch. It's another stock that'll be surging, especially if crowd continues to make a move, right? Let's do Zscaler since we in this sector right now. Let's go ahead and hit up Zscaler. This was another one. Look at Zscaler after the earnings move, man. Got a nice move up. We got a 222 continuation. Price is looking to reclaim its 200-day EMA. I would love for that to happen. Nice close, nice solid close over the 50 EMA. So we can get over 181.81 then we should be able to retest that 183.36 and then the 200 EMA at 184.77. If we lose 176.50, then we probably retest the 173.60 and then possibly 169.84 if it doesn't bounce there. But it's been bouncing off the 9 EMA, so I would expect for it probably to bounce off there depending on what happened. But yeah, I like that recovery. And here's the weekly chart on it, just so y'all get an idea. So it still finished inside on the week, but because this was the earnings week before, but I like that surge. That was a really nice surge right there. So let's keep Zscaler on watch, man. Look, Zscaler, those contracts print too. People don't talk about Zscaler much, but the contracts are priced nicely and they really make nice move, nice print. So keep it on watch, Zscaler. Hit Dell up. Dell up at this point, man. So Dell's still holding this area right here. I like the, oh, let me clear some of these levels off of this chart, man. It's an ugly chart. Get that out of there. Hold up. Get that out of there. 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 All right, cool. Cleaned it up a little bit. So yeah, Dell came back down here and retested support. Yeah, it lost this 50-day EMA. Now, hopefully, because you get look at all of the selling pressure that came in here, and it still was able to finish the way it finished. It did reject the 50 EMA though, the 50-day EMA, but it did bounce off of one of my support levels, a strong support level that has been holding for a while. So look, but this is the thing. If Dell was to lose this, I'm just gonna call it 127 just to give it some margin, right? So if it was to lose 127, it's a nice move down that it can make. Now remember, this level was very important before that 132, because that's where the 50 was, but it surged a little bit. They tried to buy it up a little bit after earnings, but if you see, it came up here, rejected after it cleared this area, came back down, closed under this level, went back, gapped up, sorry, came back down, bounced off the 50 EMA, but it's been playing this range right here for a while, getting rejected, getting rejected. Now we got that non-EMA coming back down, like it's about to cross back under the 50 EMA. So let's see what actually happens here. Now we went back up, retested the 50 and rejected it. We can get a really nice move off of this to the downside if it actually happens. We've been looking for that move before. We could not get that move. So again, follow the price action, but it could make a nice move down. I'm gonna mark up this gap fill area first. And we're gonna hit the upside too, but just saying that it's probably should just watch out for Dell, because now the dust has settled a little bit. It's other places to put money. Hold on one second. Let me mute these. Yeah, so let's keep Dell on watch, because this can be a nice move. Those contracts are nice too. So yeah, if we were to lose this area here, I'm just going to, just like I say, let's give it some margin. And that's a lot of margin though. That's a lot of margin to give it. But yeah, I'm gonna give it some margin just to be on the safe side. Lose 127, then 123.32 will be my first target. And then my second target would be down here at 117, so 117.79. So let's just keep Dell on watch. Again, I wouldn't play it to the upside. Like if we would need to clear, let's clear 134.06, and then we could possibly retest that 139.54 area. So yeah, Dell, it gives us a nice little range on here, and it's good to play. But I would love to see to play that, to catch that downside, because that'll give us a nice move. And the fact that it lost to 50, remember how hard it's been holding that 50. It lost it, and so yeah, keep it on watch. Oh, go. Yeah, we haven't really been paying attention, well, really playing Google a lot. It went up and rejected that all-time high and finished with a 222 reversal with a bearish engulfing, but it held right here at this not the non-EMA, let the non go, but that's a key level right here where it just now where price left off. So just because it lost the non-EMA, it still held a key level. So we could get a bounce here. But if Google was to lose, I'm gonna call it 174, just 174, then we can make a move back down to 171.89. If we clear that once, I'm looking at there's two ways to play Google. I'm looking forward to either lose this area right here, this 174, and retest that 171.89, or for it to bounce here and just play it off the bounce. Just simple as that, up to resistance, up to resistance, and or just play it up to up to resistance, or it'll possibly just, you always give yourself some margin. The all-time high is 178.77, so just that area up here. But that would be a big move. Think about it like this. If it was to bounce here off of 174.30, then we got a nice move. That's a nice range up that you have to play on it. So just look at it as to play it off the bounce. Here's the weekly chart, just for y'all to see how it actually finished. So it's still green on the weekly. Keep it on watch. And we had a nice volume surge that came in here, took out the volume. So that was the highest volume for the last for the month. Well, that volume was higher than the volume for all of last month. I think, yeah, this was for the week beginning the 29th. So yeah, this was like the highest volume of the month that we got here on Google. So let's keep that one on watch also. SPY. So here's SPY, man. Look, and this is a weekly chart, just showing y'all the weekly on SPY after that breakout. And we got a continuation, everything holding up pretty straight on the weekly. Now we go to the daily. Looks just like QQQ, right? And again, stock probably the ETF's probably going to play around a little bit this week until, but not necessarily, can't even say that, because normally what happens the week of, if CPI is on Wednesday and then we got a Fed decision on Wednesday also, normally the market will chop around, but we got too many economic events that's happening all week. Like I said, we got Apple's event tomorrow. We got Tesla. Well, that's on Thursday. That's after everything. But we got that event happening. So that's going to move the chip stocks and well, not, yeah. So we got the Apple event is important. Just know that the Apple event is important. It could cause the market to move. So let's just see exactly how things play out. But yeah, but SPY, nice pullback on SPY, but again, it still finished green, and it was at all-time highs on Friday. So I'm just waiting to see if we're gonna get a pullback or it's going to try to retest these highs. Pretty much the only way to play stocks at all-time highs for me, because I don't really like playing stocks at all-time highs, is I like looking for setups on lower time frames. So we would look at a lower time frame and look for it. I like to play bull flags or bear flags or just wedges. So I would look for one of them to set up in order to play it with volume and play it according to that. I'm not trying to just play a stock at all-time highs. So if it continues to come down, then we'll play it according to that. Look for a setup and play it. But at all-time highs, you really just don't want to be just trading the stock just without any levels. And again, it's different things you can use to chart it up at all-time highs. But yeah, I'm not really touching it up there at all-time highs. I'll wait for a setup and then we can play it like that. The ETF could keep running. Like I said, if the Apple event goes great, and then all the other stocks that are the top stocks in there run, then we can get that. Walmart. Somebody asked me about Walmart on Threads. So I just said, let me go ahead and bring it up here because I charted it there. So Walmart had a nice pullback on Friday, and that's good. It's healthy because Walmart's been running like a bat out of hell since earnings, been gapping up. And then after the stock split, it's been running. Now, Walmart pulled back down to a nice level here. And I'm looking for a possible bounce here because why did it bounce here instead of selling off when it flushed down that much? It perfectly and conveniently pulled back to a nice level. So I'm looking for Walmart to bounce here. If Walmart bounces here, then we should be able to get a nice move back up to the all-time high on Walmart. That'll give a nice move on it. Now, if it was to lose, if Walmart loses 65, 64, then we got a nice move on this for Walmart. So I just feel like just be careful with it because a lot of people like Walmart as defensive stock. And so, but if it lose that level, 64, I got a few levels for Walmart. On different for different things, but we got a huge gap here. Huge earnings gap here for Walmart. I doubt that it fills this earnings gap right now or anything like that. But I'm just looking for a price to, if we get a move, price could actually come down here and retest this area. But let's just see what happens. I'm thinking it's going to bounce here because a lot of people feel like it's at value right now. It's Walmart. So, but yeah, keep it on watch. We got a few levels that it can hit to the downside, and we got a clear path back to where the all-time highs if it bounces here. And again, always look for your setups on the lower time frame. This is just to find. We looking for trades right now. That's
You do CRM when
yeah, sure. Let me see. Cool. Yeah. So I just wanted to hit square. It's like, I like to find stocks with really, really good setups on them. And you see this wedge, y'all know I love to trade a wedge, man. You find something that works for you and you trade that until it's broken. And it's not broken, so keep trading it, right? And this is Square. So for people that don't know, Square company called Block. Block owns Cash App. And this is the company, this is the stock. This is it. It finished inside on the daily. And stock is still under its 200-day EMA. Now we gotta be careful with this because I'm just saying the stock in general. We got the 50 EMA looking like it's about to cross the 200 EMA. That's a death cross if that happens. But I'm looking for a possible breakout here. We got the 90 and we got MACD cross. Look, the MACD line about to cross the signal line, and the momentum is about to shift. So let's see if we can actually do that. We neutralized the move with with this candle on Friday. So let's just say over that 166, over 66. Actually, I want a bigger move on this, man. So what we want to do is, like me personally with Square, because again, it's been trading in this area for a while. So I'm gonna say over 67, that would be where I would trade calls. I would trade calls over 67 on Square, and then you would be able to make a nice move up into that upper back above that 200 EMA, which is at the 69 price level. So over 67, the price target would be 69, and then the next move possibly that would also take us right here at this wedge, but we want to break out of this wedge, then we can go from there, because from there over 69 and you got 70, 43, and so on. It's a few levels that can be hit up in here once we get up to over there. So keep that one on watch. Now if it finds a way to lose this area here, let's call it 65, we lose 65, then I mean it's not too much that's going on. I really think I think I'm looking more to the upside on this, man, to be honest, because I feel like I just like the setup on it. I feel like the move down to the downside is cool. You can play the move down to the downside, but I'm more inclined to play the upside. So we lose 65, then we got 64 as a level, and then we got the bottom of the range on here. Hold on. So we just see how that goes and go from there. But yeah, just keep this on watch. Again, let me mark this other level up first. Hold on. People be sleeping on Square, but should keep an eye on it. So we got a few levels on here. Lose 60, 65, we got 64, and then we got 62. Those are some levels you can hit, but I'm hoping that it can reclaim the 200-day and get some buyers to come in. You see on the weekly chart too, it finished green, got the same setup, and the stock does pretty well when it breaks out. So keep it on watch. CRM. So we got Salesforce here. Really good one. Also another stock that finished inside. Let's get this out of here. Hold on. Go. All right, so we got a nice gap fill area here that we already started filling. This was the earnings gap right here, right? So we already started filling this nicely. We finished inside on Friday. So over 144, my price target, the first price target. Well, actually, I'm gonna say this. Let's get over let's get over 245.74. And then the next target would be 258.59. And then from there, 268.52. So basically, we want to get over the 90 EMA, then we can reclaim the 200 EMA. We're gonna play it like that. I wouldn't try to play it any, and I just and there. So we hold on, yeah. So that's the earnings gap. That's the earnings gap. And let me go back to the weekly for a second. You see, it's trying to do something, but it's inside on the weekly. You know, it's a neutralizing candle. Anything can happen. But I like the momentum that it has been building. So let's keep this one on watch. Now, if we lose that 240, then we can possibly come back down. It's a little small gap here also that could possibly be filled. What is that? At so after you lose 240, you can make a move down to 236.53. And yeah, that would be the target. And then 231 would be another target that we could possibly hit on there. So I like Salesforce. That's a pretty good one, a pretty big one. Yeah. Let me see something. Yeah, look, so that's all that I actually have. And with 10 minutes left, well, actually 5 minutes left. Well, 3 minutes left. So yeah, thank y'all for hopping on, and enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday. That's good, man. No lessons learned, man. We got more charts done. So
Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Oh, we'll see you tomorrow.
all right, yeah.
Appreciate it,
Somebody
man.
told me I couldn't get it done in an hour. I